conditions will be like out on the racetrack, but it is going to be a big ask for all these riders. We'll wait and see what happens as the next while progresses, but decisions are going to have to be made at some point, and certainly for all these riders, they'll come together to try and come to a decision.
We are waiting to hear further news at the moment. Still discussions ongoing behind the scenes as to what might be the outcome of the current weather situation. I think you only need to look out of the window to see that the track conditions certainly not raceable at this current point, but also the weather not easing up to any great extent.
Yeah, and there are a lot of dark clouds still in the area where the weather's been coming from, so that is the challenge. And you can see there for Jonathan Ray just giving Jake, his son there, a little bit of good luck for his football match later on, and then telling Tyler to get himself to bed.
Yeah, Jake and Tyler back to bed because we're clearly completely different time zones and so on. And a reminder that the riders know as well as we do that there can't be any racing in the current conditions, and so go back to bed. You're not going to miss anything. Is pretty much the current answer.
And you can see there Sarah from Yamaha. That must be of the duck at this stage, making its way down pit lane.
I really hope it is. Tati Mercado, we saw, I didn't get to see what the message was that he'd attached to the duck as well, but I'm sure there are a fair few stories going on behind the scenes, and I'm sure those are all being captured as well. But at the moment, the story trackside is the driving rain that is going to play its role in the championship showdown. Well, we wished for this, so this is all our fault. It's not quite come down in the way that we expected, or the way that we might have hoped. We wanted it to be a dramatic extra situation for the championship contenders to face. They faced pretty much everything else as well as one another over the course of 2021, but it doesn't look as though there's going to be any way for them to face these conditions here this afternoon.
Yeah, and certainly they'll get a decision fairly soon about that, but the riders, you can see, they're in no rush to be out on track. They know exactly what the conditions are like, teams as well, so as it is right now, it's definitely a little bit of a wait for everyone until we're able to find exactly what the schedule is going to be, and whether or not we'll be able to get racing today.
Close fought and tight world championship scenario as well. Toprak Razgatlioglu versus Jonathan Ray. 30 points in it ahead of this weekend, the season finale, and of course also the Manufacturers World Championship up for grabs, with Yamaha leading the way, but only a mere 16 points in it at the top of the standings. Yamaha ahead of Ducati, with Kawasaki trailing somewhat further back, and would have been in need of big results over the course of this weekend. Well, we're not exactly in uncharted territory if we do get a cancellation here today. The weather conditions are certainly not going to allow us to race as things stand at present. We've been waiting and hoping, of course, that the weather conditions would improve, able to improve and dry out the circuit to some extent. Air temperature has dropped along with the rain that is continuing to fall, so even if it did dry up now, it would take a significant amount of time to clear that number of centimetres of water. You saw the marshals walking around the track with that water up to their ankles earlier on, and no sign at the moment of that changing. We wait for official confirmation, but as you can see along the bottom of your screen, that decision will be taken around 4 p.m. local time. So we will be signing off from the Mandalika International Circuit in a few minutes' time, and then we will wait to hear whether there is any good news to come later on this afternoon. But certainly on the evidence of what we're seeing at present, it could well be a goodbye for now.
Yeah, you can see Jonathan Ray's gotten back into his civvies now at this stage, and he's not going to be the only rider making that change. As you said, Alex, by 50 minutes time, that's when we'll get an update on what to do with the schedule. So for everyone else, they just need to just see what happens at the top of the hour.
Fun and frolics has been the story of this afternoon. A planned race round, but we'll have to wait and see when we can finally get underway with the first ever Superbike World Championship race around this venue. For now, at least, it's going to be a goodbye from the Mandalika International Circuit.
lot of people watching.
My advice to them, that's the first.
Roll the TV, I got you right now. Indonesia, everyone turn up right now.
Make it dance.
Doesn't work out. The acrobatic effort is brilliant. Exchanges the ball. Oh, here's a real opportunity taken. Oh, yes.
Hello Indonesia, Singapore and Malaysia. This is Jan Bohovic. Guga Teixeira,
Martin Tibura,
Corey Sandhagen. Watch all the best UFC fights and more anytime, anywhere on Mola.
subscribe now.
Introducing Misha Tate.
She's here to put herself on the mixed martial arts map.
There is nobody who's going to dictate my future except for me.
Non pensavo che un giorno avrei giocato mondiale. Pensavo solo alla gioia infinita di inseguire quella palla. Minacce sotto forma anonimati.
Lo diceva nelle lettere. Fabio era un pedofilo fa. Questi messaggi sono stati inviati anche alle società sportive. Alla sera prima mi arriva un messaggio a me e mi fa state attenti di mano.
All'improvviso c'è stato il caos.
Tu sei voluto andare via. Hai messo zizzanne, sei stato tu.
Mi chiamo Fabio e questa è la mia storia.
You're gonna want to see this. I want to see it.
Come get it?
I plan to.
Playing Ronaldo. It is Ronaldo. It's 2-1 United.
A lot of people watching this and say, I don't have any passion about anything. What do you say to them?
My advice to them is just get in whatever you can to really do it and enjoy it. That's the first thing.
That's how we're moving. If you don't, that's what we call TS5. Roll the TV, I got you right now. Indonesia, everyone turn up right now.
Let's make him dance. Doesn't work out. The acrobatic effort is brilliant. Exchanges the ball. Oh, here's a real opportunity taken. Oh, yes. Introducing Misha Tate.
ball. Oh, here's a real opportunity taken. Oh, yes!
Hello, Indonesia. Singapore and Malaysia. This is Jan Blachowicz. Gulbe Teixeira.
Martin Tibura, Corey Sandhagen.
Watch all the best UFC fights and more anytime, anywhere on Mola.
Subscribe now.
Introducing Misha Tate.
She's here to put herself on the mixed martial arts map.
There is nobody who's going to dictate my future except for me.
You're gonna want to see it. I want to see it. Let me get it. I plan to.
It is Ronaldo.
A lot of people watching this who say, I don't have any passion about anything. What do you say to them?
My advice to them is just get in whatever you can to really do it and enjoy it. That's the first thing.
That's how we're moving. If you don't, that's what we call TS5. Mola TV, I got you right now. Indonesia, everyone turning up right now. Let's make him dance. Wsbk doesn't work out. The acrobatic effort is brilliant. Changes the ball. Oh, it's a real opportunity taken. Oh, yes!
Hello, Indonesia. Singapore and Malaysia. This is Jan Blachowicz. Gulbe Teixeira.
Martin Tibura, Corey Sandhagen.
Watch all the best UFC fights and more anytime, anywhere on Mola.
Subscribe now.
Introducing Misha Tate.
She's here to put herself on the mixed martial arts map.
There is nobody who's going to dictate my future except for me.
Quando ho tirato per la prima volta un calcio a un pallone, non pensavo che un giorno avrei giocato un mondiale. Pensavo solo alla gioia infinita di inseguire quella palla.
Minacce sotto forma anonimate.
Lo diceva nelle lettere. Fabio era un pedofilo fa. Questi messaggi sono stati inviati anche alle società sportive. Alla sera prima mi arriva un messaggio a me e mi fa: state attento di mano, a me sparano.
All'improvviso c'è stato il caos.
Non sei voluto andare via! Hai messo il sangue, sei stato tu!
Mi chiamo Fabio e questa è la mia storia.
You're gonna want to see it. I want to see it. Let me get it. I plan to.
Ronaldo. It is Ronaldo.
A lot of people watching this who say, I don't have any passion about anything. What do you say to them?
My advice to them is just get in whatever you can to really do it.